Good morning guys, thanks for joining me for another What I Eat in a Day as a vegan on Slimming World. Today is Sunday and if you're new here, thanks for joining me. If you're coming back, thanks for coming back. It's late morning right now and I'm gonna have a grilled cheese for breakfast. No, there's no speed, but tis what tis. I always kind of feel like it's okay to skip speed at breakfast just because it doesn't necessarily always come naturally to me in the winter, or sorry, I know it's not winter, it's autumn, but it's cold enough for winter. Anyway, I'm just going to quickly show you, in case you haven't seen before, how I make mine. Okay, so we have 2 pieces of bread from a wholemeal loaf. This is the one I bought yesterday. Oh my god, the smell when I opened it. You can't beat fresh bread, can you? I've then got 2 teaspoons of naturally, I put it away. God, what a pro. So this is the vegan butter that I use. If you haven't seen it before, thoroughly recommend. It tastes so good. So I've got 2 teaspoons of that, which is 3.5 sins. And then I'll spread them over there. This is 80 grams of Daiya cheese grated on the small side of the grater. That's this little teeny weeny side. I don't know if I'm going to use all this, and if I don't, I'll just save it for later or another day. So yeah, and then I like to put a bit of Marmite on because that just makes it. This is very definitely a kind of American thing, grilled cheese. It's not something that I've ever really made before, like in my life in general. This is clean, it's just this pan's getting really quite old. So yes, but it's just something that I recently started doing and I really like it. It just, I don't know what it is about the way you do the bread with the butter like this. It's just really nice. So I will say that the Daiya cheese does not melt as well as the cocoa cheese. Cocoa doesn't particularly melt either. It's just that it seems to kind of soften a lot more. So it works slightly better, but cocoa I can't get unless I make a sort of 25-minute trip to Waitrose, is probably the closest place in Stroud. So yeah, I don't really want to do that just for that cheese when I can get this one from down the road, although it is more expensive. So yeah, need to stock up on cocoa again soon. Right, I think we're pretty much there in terms of cheese. I haven't actually planned what I'm eating. I haven't been planning much lately, as you guys I'm sure know, but I do tend to, a bit of a go-to on a Sunday evening is pasta. My mum goes to see my sister on a Sunday. She spends most of the day with her, and then, but she calls in here on the way back, and then, so that's normally not till like 6, and then she might not go till 8, so I like to sort of have my dinner ready to go after she's gone, so pasta tends to be a quick and easy option. I mean, I might not have pasta having said all that, but I'm just saying I'm kind of expecting it, so it's not beyond the realms that I'll use this bit of cheese on that later, because that is plenty for me. Then I'm going to squeeze over some of this black gold, because black gold is, whoa, slippery. I'm such a professional. So, oh, I love Marmite. Do you guys like Marmite? Do you love it or hate it? Tell me in the comments. I love it, always have done. My dad loves it too. My sister and my mum, no, not so much. That'll do me. And then you just put the other bit of bread, butter side up, of course, on top. And then we just pop it on the thing. Nothing in my pan because the butter will be the lubricant. And that's that really. And then just kind of let it there. And then I use one of those flat things just to push it down after it's been in a few minutes. And then that'll get it to a point where I can flip it. And I have the door shut because Delta is being very noisy. Are you being noisy? Are you having a strop? What's the matter? What's the matter? Tell everyone what the matter is. Because I've just put a fresh millet in for you, haven't I? I know we need to change a battery. We're going to get Grandma to do that later. That's my mum. She's Delta's grandma. Yes. Who is it you're calling, my love? Because I'm right here. There's no birds singing, so it's not them. Hello. Hi. You're going to come say hi? Come on then. You want to give me kisses? No, not today. We do have like periods of days where she's like really offish, and then other periods where she's just like wanting some love. We'll try and figure out in a minute. Yes, that beeping is annoying. Hello, gorgeous. You can say hi to everyone. Lots of people like seeing you. They do. Say hi. Good girl. It's so funny how you never do anything when I film you. I know. Good girl. All right. So I was just saying that Delta doesn't really do anything on camera, and as soon as I turned the camera off just now, we had a lovely grooming session, which was very nice, but this little thing, it's not a spot, it's actually where she pecked me once and then it's a little scab, but the problem is it gives her something to latch onto now, so she just keeps going for it, so yes. Hi, Noisy. Right, I've got my grilled cheese. Yum yum. Looking forward to this. That is about 1.5 healthy extra A's plus healthy extra B plus 3.5 sins. All right, and Marmite, which is free. I'm also having a coffee, just my usual Percol espresso blend with 100 ml of Alpro almond barista. So that's 4.5 sins for breakfast. Squirrel. I'm just having another coffee, so that's another 1 sin. Hey guys, it's about 3-ish, maybe happens 2, and suddenly realised I'm hungry. So, just gonna make some lunch. I'm just literally having like salad, and I didn't, couscous is just really handy because it's a decent, it's just a carb to throw it yourself. So yes, I always just do it with a little stock cube and then just kind of break it up as much as you can. If you've got Oxos or something equivalent, you can just crumble them and it works a little better, but these work fine too. Right, couscous doesn't take long at all, so once it's been there a few minutes while you've chopped up your veggies, I just floof it up. I'm adding sweet corn, and I'm adding radishes, cucumber, tomatoes, orange pepper, chicken, obviously vegan chicken. This is the other half of the pack. I weighed it yesterday, so I know that they should be exact, assuming the pack was correct. There we go. What else have I got? Leftover chickpeas from last night. I've got harissa flavouring, like roasted. I don't know if they're still, oh, they're more chewy than crunchy, but that's fine. I'm just gonna chuck them all in protein. I'm hungry. I'm just gonna chuck some spinach on. Boom. Mixed it all up, put some garlic pepper and some salt on top, added obviously a load of spinach. There we go, bish bash bosh. That is 4 sins just for the chicken, everything else is sin free. I'm just having for dessert a Alpro Go On, could not find my words then, and also a cup of afternoon tea. Oh yeah, the yogurt is 1.5 sins. Hey guys, so it's like 4 or 5 o'clock now. Sorry about my hair as well, I've just been I've been, well, just doing loads of cleaning, tidying, organising. But I just had an interesting comment on my channel, and I got a little bit upset about it. And then I was like, I'm probably just being a bit oversensitive, so apologies. And I'm sure it wasn't meant in a malicious way. But it was asking me about exercise, and so just to tell you a bit more about my exercise history, I've always pretty much like done some form of exercise. I've also always been big, pretty much all my life, and well, it wasn't until my sort of mid-20s actually that I started really doing exercise, well, early to mid-20s. But I've never been a runner. I've tried it in the past, doesn't suit me. I'm very much a walker. There was one point in my 20s where I used to walk 6 miles after work every day, 4 days a week, and then occasionally longer one on the weekend. But I really like walking as a form of exercise. You know, and in the past I've also done loads of like gym classes and stuff like that. Even like a year or a year and a half ago, I was doing a few yoga classes a week, which I really, really love. And basically, I was putting weight back on, and eventually got to the point where I gave up the yoga, just because I was too big for it, or I felt like I was at least too big for it. So really one of my goals is to get back to that point, because I really do love yoga, so that's good. But the fact is, if you've got a lot of fat in the way, because I'm quite flexible, you know, I can still touch my toes and everything, even though I'm really quite large, but you know, a lot of the positions are very hard to get into. If you imagine having 2 pillows strapped to the front of you and then one to the back of each thigh, you can imagine that it's a lot harder to maneuver, and you just physically can't get into some of the positions. So definitely one of my longer term goals is to be able to get to a size where I can start doing yoga again, because that would definitely be really beneficial for health, and I enjoy it. It's very, very grounding and very enjoyable if you find a good teacher, which I did have. Yeah, so walking. So when I first moved up here to Dursley, I was walking and everything still. Got a few lovely routes around here. I think there's maybe a couple of my videos where I've shown you the walks that I go on. And when I'm saying about going for a walk, I mean like a walk for exercise. I don't dawdle, even at my size I am now. I don't dawdle when I walk. I walk with purpose, but at the moment I just get very out of breath when I'm doing that because I'm very, very large. So basically, when I got COVID when I got COVID at the end of March, obviously it affects your lungs, and it obviously took it out of me a lot. So I mean, I was ill with it for a couple of weeks, and then went into hospital by ambulance, which was my first time in an ambulance, and it was pretty scary. Sorry to have to keep stopping the video, but I do not want to have a full-on breakdown on YouTube. But basically, I'm still very affected by the whole thing, and just some of the things I saw and went through as well in hospital. So anyway, I was in there for 8 nights, and whilst that doesn't sound very much compared to a lot of people, the nurses at the time were kind of saying, you know, for someone my age, I'm 36 by the way, but they were like, well, it's very, very unusual to be in hospital, you know, for an extended period like that at that age. Anyway, so the point is, when I was out of hospital, it was a very, very long recovery, and it affected me to the point where
I just couldn't do anything without getting out of breath, basically, and also very physically exhausted. So, I mean, it was to the point where I would get up in the morning and I would be able to like have a shower and clean my teeth, and then I'd sort of wrap myself in a towel and go and sit on the end of my bed because I was too exhausted to get dressed yet. Like, that went on for a while. So I was actually off work for about 2.5 months, I think, like directly with COVID and the direct recovery. And then it got to a point where I went back to work. So I was back in work for a couple of months, and then the mental side of it all caught up with me. The thing is, in that time, I was still am suffering with a lot of fatigue to do with it, or I assume it's to do with it. But the problem is, with working from home as well, like, I've only just come back to work, so again, I've had another couple of months off work, if I'm honest, purely mental this time, and then so I'm, you know, with working from home and during the recovery, you're just not moving about as much, and then combine that with, so there's zero fitness there, like, especially after COVID. So like, my lungs had to recover, I wasn't moving around much, and then add on top of that I was just comfort eating like crazy. I was just eating all the crap food basically, and I put on, when I had COVID, I lost about 2 stone in about 2 weeks, because I physically couldn't eat, because A, I wasn't hungry, and B, I physically couldn't keep anything in. It was fairly horrific, I'm not gonna lie. When I then sort of recovered, I very quickly put weight back on as I was able to eat more and keep it down. And one of the first things I ate, basically, that didn't make me throw straight up, I just always remember this, was in hospital, and it was this little apple crumble, and like, they're only, you know, it's only a little hospital thing, but they were quite good on vegan food, by the way. They had quite a lot of options, but yeah, that was the first thing I ate that didn't make me throw up, and that kind of triggered this thing of just eating loads and loads and loads of crap, and combine that with the comfort eating and everything. Basically, I just piled on the weight. So it got to the point where a few weeks ago I was at my very, very heaviest, which is about 3.5 stone heavier than I was when I contracted COVID, which was at the end of March, and it's now the end of September. Well, I was at my heaviest at the beginning of September, so July. So in 5 months I put on like 3.5 stone. So, well, actually more than that, because I put back on the weight I gained as well. So it's quite a lot. The point is, I'm very much at the largest I've ever been, and I'm very much still suffering with a lot of fatigue, and I try not to, but I've shown on this channel a couple of times. You guys have seen when I've like sort of just hit my wall, and like, I can't describe it. I've not experienced anything like it in my life before this. It's just like suddenly all energy just drains from you, and you just have to go and just put yourself somewhere just to relax for just half an hour, and then it just sort of feels like a bit of a recharge. But anyway, combined with like, my lung function still doesn't feel right. My chest is clear. I've had a follow-up x-ray, but my asthma still hasn't been great after everything. And what was I going to say? Oh, sorry guys, it's a bit emotional, isn't it? I really didn't mean for this to happen today. But yeah, basically, combine the complete lack of fitness, and I mean total lack, like the most ever in my life that I've been unfit, combined with getting out of puff extremely easily, and the fact that I'm tired all the time, and the fact that I'm carrying all this extra weight, like, is really hard, and I don't want to be seen out in public at all. So that's why I like going for walks is a bit of a rarity at the moment. as for at-home workouts, I did buy a Wii Fit actually, because I thought that's perfect for getting me back into moving a bit without having to go out in public. Unfortunately, at the moment, I'm over the weight threshold for the board thing, so it's my short-term goal is to get down to be able to start using that again. A full-on workout it feels like a mountain. Sorry, I was saying a full-on workout just feels like a mountain to climb. At the moment, it just seems like an obstacle so insurmountable that I can't really contemplate it, physically or mentally. I'm loving the fact that it's starting to get a bit darker, because I'm looking forward to getting to a point where I can start going out for walks after dark. And I actually even said to Mum yesterday when we went for our canal walk, it's not a particularly long one, it's only a couple of miles, but like I did it quite easily, which I was shocked at, because like I've been out a few times and done it sort of in the intervening period, like while I was off work, like with mental health issues and stuff, but PTSD basically. I had PTSD and severe anxiety, but yeah, we did it and I really struggled with it. But then yesterday I didn't really struggle with it, which is odd because I haven't really done much exercise, or any exercise actually, and but the difference is that I've been eating right and limiting treats, and you know, obviously have lost a bit of weight, not loads but a bit, and I didn't struggle at all on the walk yesterday, if I'm honest. I did get quite out of puff at one point, so we did slow down a little bit, but it was so much easier than I thought it was going to be, so that tells me I'm on the right track. I just weight loss, especially when you're very, very large, is like 95% about the food that you eat, and then exercise can help with a bit of weight loss, but you have to do huge amounts to get any kind of calorie deficit, and exercise is fantastic for your health and for fitness and for toning up, but for the actual act of weight loss, it's vastly the majority is food, especially when you're as large as I am. So for all the reasons that I've very slowly stated, so I'm sorry this is a really long video now, but I'm getting there. And I'm working very slowly up to a place where I feel comfortable physically and mentally to start moving on a more regular basis, by which I mean I'll be going walking more and I'll be doing my Wii Fit more, but right now it's on the odd occasion, and I'm okay with that because I really just want to tackle the food part first and try and get that under control, which for the last few weeks I have been. The reason that this comment has really, like, I don't want to say like triggered me because that just sounds so snowflakey, but the reason it's just got to me a little bit is because it just makes me feel a tiny bit invalidated, and I know it wasn't meant in that intention. I'm so sure that it wasn't meant in a horrible way, but I can't even really explain it. The point is, I'm not just being lazy. I'm trying to get there in my own time. So that's all I wanted to say. So I'm just having a cup of tea. Mum's round. We're just going to do our Sunday watching Once Upon a Time, and I've put a pack. I can't get my words out. I've put a pack of Party Ring minis out. I don't know if I'll have them or not, but I've put them out just in case I want them. Mum's having a little mini sweet and salty popcorn, which is 3.5 cents. Hey guys, I'm over my emotional outburst earlier. I'm sorry about that. I did not eat my party rings. I will prove it. There they are, still on the sofa, unopened, next to my empty tea and my partially drunk water. So, Mum has obviously gone. For tea, I'm going to have one of these Kievs, 6.5 sins, and a load of veg. I've got some tender stems, some fine beans and some courgette that I'm going to have just steamed. I'm just debating whether or not to have a bit of potato with it or not, so we'll see what appears on my plate when I eat in a minute. Oh, also, the cooking instructions say to either fry or oven. Now, I don't really want to put the oven on just for the sake of 10 minutes, but also I don't really want to fry it. But I'm going to put it in the air fryer. Genius! I'm sure I've shown before how I steam my vegetables, but basically I just put like an inch of water in the bottom of a pan and then just chuck them in and put the lid on, and it creates steam and they cook, and it's awesome. Forgot to say I put a leek in there as well, so it's like a whole courgette, a whole leek, a few tender stems and a whole pack of beans. Love veg, right? And then this seems to have worked very nicely in the air fryer. So I've just got garlic pepper and salt on my veggies. And then this is the Kiev. Oh, I'm excited, it smells lush. Okay, let's try and see what the inside is like. Oh my God, it looks buttery. Yes. Oh my God, it smells so good. Yum. Okay, cool, there you go. Oh, it's so garlicky. Hey guys, so it's now Happerstate. I know it looks really dark, but that's because in the evening I put just those lights on. So it's nice ambiance, darling, ambiance. Yeah, I know, a little odd. I'm in a funny old mood now after I got all weird earlier. I'm in a right funny old mood today. Anyway, it's only Happerstate. I've had my dinner, I've cleared up, the kitchen's clean. Scare you all or anything, but yeah. So, oh, that's, I got Mum some slippers for when she comes down. Right, so, like I said, it's only Happerstate and I'm feeling scarily organised. I'm having a cup of Pukka after dinner and it's 3 o'clock. So, what will we have today? I couldn't get any more of these down in Aldi the other day. I didn't have any more, so that's nice. Oh yeah, that's the cheese I left from earlier. Just cover it up with that. Yeah, I never ate it, obviously, so that's good. A few calories saved there. Do I want one of them or some minty waves, or I could have the chocolate orange one. This is just some that's pre-broken up. It's 7 sins in there. I can't resist. I just can't resist these when I've got them. I just love them. They're just such a decent size as well. Oh my God, go in. They're just such a good size as well for 6.5 sins. Yeah, I'm gonna have this one. Hey guys, so it's now 9:30. I can't believe that I'm like sort of organised this early on a Sunday as well. It's like never happens. It doesn't bode well for the week ahead. Hello. So I'm just having a cup of nighttime tea, and I'm also having one marshmallow because I have 1 sin left, and I think I smelled vanilla when I was in the kitchen. I don't know where it came from, but it made me suddenly go, oh yeah, good marshmallow. So I'm having a marshmallow. And that's it from me. So I'm finishing on the full 25 today. Thanks so much for watching as always. Sorry that I got a bit emotional in the middle. I've left it in just because I don't really want to, well, I'm just leaving it in, so whatever. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.